Good day and welcome back. In this episode, we're embarking on a journey through the pages of a truly eye-opening book, The Myths of Zionism by John Rose. This isn't just a book, it's a revelation, a challenge to the very foundations of what many of us have come to accept as historical truth. So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's explore the myths that have shaped the narrative of Zionism and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The story begins in the summer of 2002, a time when the world was already grappling with the complexities of the Middle East. It was then that former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak made a shocking statement, claiming that lying was an intrinsic part of Arab culture. This remark, as Rose points out, was not just a personal failing, but a reflection of something deeper, a psychological process known as projection. Barak's words, Rose suggests, revealed more about his own mindset than the people he was describing. But this is just the starting point. Rose takes us on a journey through the heart of Zionism, unraveling the myths that have long been used to justify its actions. One of the most powerful myths is the idea that the Bible gives Zionists a mandate to claim the land of Palestine. Rose challenges this notion head-on, arguing that it's a gross manipulation of religious texts for political gain. He delves into the work of David Ben-Gurion, Israel's first prime minister and a master of myth-making. Ben-Gurion once boasted that a myth could become a fact if people believed in it strongly enough. This belief in the power of myth led him to twist biblical stories to fit Zionism's political agenda. But Rose doesn't stop there. He shows how Israeli archaeology, once used to bolster Zionist claims, is now undermining them. The more archaeologists dig, the more they find that the stories of ancient Israel are more myth than reality. Rose doesn't just focus on the past, he also examines the present. He explores how Zionism has sabotaged any chance of Arab-Jewish reconciliation. Take, for example, Ben-Gurion's secret talks with Egypt's President Nasser in the 1950s. These talks, which could have led to peace, were sabotaged by Ben-Gurion, who saw them as a threat to his vision of a Jewish state. This, Rose argues, is a pattern that has repeated itself throughout history, with Zionism consistently choosing conflict over cooperation. But what about the people who have lived in Palestine for generations? Rose gives voice to the Palestinian experience, highlighting the deep sense of injustice they feel. For them, Zionism is not a movement of liberation but an edifice of lies, a justification for the theft of their land. The idea that Palestine was a land without people for a people without land is exposed as a myth, a convenient fiction that ignores the reality of Palestinian existence. Rose also challenges the myth of exile, a cornerstone of Zionist ideology. He argues that the concept of a 2,000-year exile is a gross oversimplification of Jewish history. In fact, Jewish communities thrived outside of Palestine for centuries, particularly in the Islamic world. The idea of a diaspora as a period of suffering and oppression is questioned, with Rose pointing to periods of prosperity and cultural flourishing. One of the most fascinating aspects of Rose's argument is his exploration of the Islamic Arab component to Jewish history. He highlights the centuries of coexistence and symbiosis between Arabs and Jews, a history that Zionism has largely ignored. This symbiosis, he argues, is a testament to the possibility of coexistence, a stark contrast to the conflict-driven narrative of Zionism. Rose doesn't shy away from the uncomfortable truths about Zionism's relationship with antisemitism. He reveals how Zionist leaders were willing to align themselves with reactionary European politicians, using antisemitism to further their own goals. This, he suggests, is a dark undercurrent that has shaped Zionism from its inception. As we move through the chapters, Rose introduces us to the concept of politicide, a term coined to describe the deliberate attempt to erase the Palestinian people from existence. He argues that Zionism's aggressive policies, coupled with its refusal to acknowledge Palestinian rights, have led to a cycle of violence that has had devastating consequences. But amidst the critique, Rose also offers a glimmer of hope. He points to the potential for a different kind of future, one based on reconciliation and mutual respect. He draws on the history of Arab-Jewish coexistence, suggesting that the past can offer lessons for the present. In the end, Rose's book challenges us to rethink our assumptions and to question the myths that have shaped our understanding of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It's a reminder that history is not set in stone, that it's a living, breathing narrative that can be rewritten. Rose's work is a powerful reminder that the stories we tell matter. They shape our perceptions, influence our actions, and ultimately define our reality. By challenging the myths of Zionism, Rose invites us to imagine a different kind of future, one where coexistence and peace are not just possibilities, but realities. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the myths of Zionism. I hope this episode has sparked your curiosity and encouraged you to explore these ideas further. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep shining bright.
Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.